Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I covered 6 Veer-Submitted levels, so in this part, I'll be covering at least 5 or 6 more Veer-Submitted levels, starting out with this one. Buster Disco Stage Photon Lab by Buster Game, with 20 plays and a score of 2. Due to the usual higher difficulty of Buster's levels, I will be quieter throughout this level. As always, if you want one of your levels to be featured in a future part like this one, please leave both the level name and level ID either in the comment section below or direct message me on Twitter. Also, as always, the full disclaimer of this entire LP series is linked in the description below. Also in the description are the timestamps for all the levels I cover in these parts, so if you want to check if your level is covered, expand the description. Well, this is a rather easy key to get. I need to make sure that the top one would respawn fast enough so I wouldn't fall into the abyss. And here's the checkpoint. Pretty generous, I'd say. Also, nice introduction of the ring and coil platforms, in case players didn't know how they worked. As well as introduction of the main gimmick of the stage, those being Yoko blocks in front of force beams. Need to do a dash jump over there. Also, there'll probably be a whole bunch of jump cuts throughout this stage. Wow, that jump can be quite precise if you don't time it correctly. Somehow I did it without dying too many times. I only died at least 10 times off screen. That previous section took over a dozen attempts, especially due to the last jump over there before I hit the boss gate. Those red force beams are more precise than what I actually thought they were. Alright, somehow I did that previous section in only 3 attempts. So now you have a timing challenge here. Make sure not to get instigated by either the force beams or the Yoko blocks, like what happened here. To be fair, this challenge is introduced pretty well, so I'm not complaining. Now I need to sneak in and rotate around to the right. Okay, that's step number 1. Now I need to get back in one piece. Thankfully there were no invisible ceilings there. Unfortunately, I missed the location of the second key. It was probably one of those earlier sections that I didn't pay enough attention to. Probably the last difficult section. Anyways, time to fight Crystal Man. Is there a bottomless pit up down over there? If that's the case... no, there isn't. It couldn't be that easy. And somehow I defeated Crystal Man with just 1 HP point left. In comparison with the previous stage's hardest stage, this wasn't that bad. The engine didn't rear its ugly head multiple times, and this was enjoyable. Oh sure, I died about 2,500 times off screen, but it wasn't too frustrating. Most of the deaths were my fault and due to my lack of understanding initially. Nice challenge progression, nice number of checkpoints, and I like the gimmicks. I did like how we introduced the Yoku block gimmick, how it's timed with the Yoku blocks off screen to act like a timer, as well as the ring and coil platforms, all done in the first screen. And I liked how it was varied up near the end, so grand work Buster as usual. Second level on the lineup is Fear the Machine by Aeiouy, with 12 plays and a score of 1. Another base level, but this time we started with a whole slew of special weapons. Well, 5 other ones. Technically 6 because we don't start out with the base buster, instead we start with the shine. I haven't played through any base levels that focus on usage of the shine as well as basic mobility. I'd love to play through a base level that combines usage of base's mobility as well as the shine's ability to slow down a character's descent. There's a lot of interesting potential over there, in my opinion. I am taking a lot of damage though. Thank you for the checkpoint, good placement. And I forgot I switched back to the shine over there. I want to try something. Can I do a triple jump by using the oil slider? Yes, I can. Do a double jump using the oil slider glob, and then a double jump off of that using base's double jump. Nice. I wish there was a special weapons-oriented stage that combined usage of the oil slider as well as base's double jumping. There's a lot of interesting potential with triple jumping. Really, this stage seems like I'm climbing up and down a series of corridors, each with their own aesthetics, or rather backgrounds specifically. And that's it, that's the end of the stage. And 2 free E-tanks. We need to reflect back Cutman's rolling cutters in order to damage him, which effectively means that we stand in place and hold down the fire button. Well, I guess this was an okay but forgettable stage, unfortunately. Third level on the lineup is Hard Man Remixed by QueenMonika with 23 plays and a score of 4. This is one of their first 4 levels that they created in Mega Man Maker, so let's see how this one fares. The previous stage that I played by them was called Top Man Maze, and that was a little bit unique. And we have the choice of playing through the stage as either Mega Man, Proto Man, or Bass. Let's play as Proto Man. After all, he has access to infinite charge shots. Okay, a bit of forced weapon usage here because otherwise we can't reach that. Although, if I recall correctly, in Hard Man stage, the original one, you were forced to use the rush coil somewhere. For these jumps, I'm not taking any chances, hence why I'm equipping the charge kick, as a precautionary measure. Good checkpoint placement. It's placed right after the first section of the stage. And now another unfortunately placed hot dog. Really easy to dispatch of if you stand right in front of it there. Same with this Tama. And that was a really easy mini-boss match room. Also, thank you for putting a checkpoint right after the mini-boss encounter so we don't need to repeat it. This stage feels kind of unfocused. It's not introducing any of the gimmicks in safe environments initially. Maybe the Wanans were introduced in a safe environment first, but the count bombs, I don't think so. Same with most of the enemies. And I guess that's the end of the remix stage. The boss corridor is probably this screen, and we fight the boss up here. And we fight Crashman for some reason instead of Hardman. This was also an okay stage, but I think I like Top Man's maze more than this one. I feel this one needs to work on its stage focus and better introduce the gimmicks. Fourth level on the lineup is Environmental Hazards by Diamond Wolf, with 31 plays and a score of 12. This stage will focus on usage of the charge kick, and will feature no enemies whatsoever outside the boss fight at the end, only environmental hazards. Also, here's a nice secret, a free tank down over here. And it allows us to skip the hardest part of the stage. The jump over those tree spikes down over there on the second floor, that's the hardest part of the stage for me. And now we face the boss. Cutman. Come on, get over here. Or I can drop him into a pit. I was trying to crush him against the ceiling using either the Cosmic platform or the Sparkman platforms, but this works. It's a short level. In fact, it's only 2 screens long, and because of this, well, technically 3 screens, I'll be covering the next stage by Diamond Wolf that was submitted to me. So, 5th level on the lineup is Base Testing Chamber number 1, also by Diamond Wolf, with 14 plays and a score of -2. This is going to be one of those stages that forces us to use all of Base's mobility options in order to complete the level. It is a more difficult stage, but not anywhere close to a Kaizo stage, according to the level designer. However, the Trouble Boost as well as an M-Tank are hidden in an evil location, so more likely than not, it means it's hidden in a fake pit or something. That's usually what happens. Well, that was easy. Even though I didn't make the last jump over there, I can do a quick reset and teleport back over here with the tank intact. Oh, and there was the Trouble Boost. And as I expected, it was under a fake pit. There are probably spikes down over there though. And if that holds true, I'm a bit suspicious over here if there's any secret areas that can only access by using the Trouble Boost, like some things off screen, above the screen. And I was right. The M-Tank was hidden right over there. I accidentally discovered the Trouble Boost, and by using that, I was able to deduce that the M-Tank would be over here. I mean, these 2 pillars look rather suspicious anyway. Unfortunately, we need to face this Whopper with no special weapons and no charge shots. Alternatively, just damage boost by using the treble boost. And now right on top of these rolling drills in order to get to the last part of the stage. Sadly, there are no secrets to the right. Unexpected tower segment over there. Or rather, unexpected vertical scrolling. That was a bit foolish of me. In fact, I don't think I need any of these rolling drills. Nope, I didn't need this one either. Well, maybe I did, but probably not. No secrets to the right either. And now we're at the end of the stage. This wasn't really a longer stage. It's about the same length as a traditional level, at least for me. And it was on the normal side in terms of difficulty, not really that challenging. At least for me. Oh, and I see why having access to treble boost would make this fight a lot easier. Otherwise, I have to continuously do dash jumping and double jumping in order to reach Charger Man. But with this, my spread shot will easily reach him. Overall, I'd say that this was a above average stage to decent one. I wouldn't give this a negative score though. Well, I guess this got a negative score because of the boss fight at the end. Because if you're not that skilled with usage of the double jump and dashing of base, this fight can be a pain. 6th level on the lineup is Dr. Wily's Robot Training Tower by Tylerbot, with 27 plays and a score of 3. So I guess this tower is used for training Dr. Wily's new Roadmasters, or perhaps base, because we went through Dr. Wily's training facility a few parts ago. We can either play through the stage as either Mega Man or Proto Man, and I guess each character has their own routes. So I will need to go through this stage twice. Also, we have a limited set of weapon energy for the Mega Buster, so we gotta be a bit more careful with our shots. At least, at the start of each new section, there's a checkpoint and a full weapon respawner. I do wish there was a full life energy respawner here though. Alright, the Mega Blaster isn't set to be the default weapon. I guess the checkpoint on the top left is where Photon Man would warp in. And this lower teleporter leads to an M-Tank, so I will go for it. After I do a quick reset to refill my health. This stage has a lot of cannon enemies, and a lot of shielded enemies like Sniper Joes, the Picados, as well as the cannons. At least that Tama wasn't completely defenseless. And there's our M-Tank. Oh, and that checkpoint was actually just for Mega Man. Now we have a whole bunch of mini-boss rooms. And if I take that route, I'll gain access to the boss's weakness. What just happened there? Somehow I glitched right through the walls. And this is one of those rooms that I would heavily benefit if I had access to the Silver Tomahawk. And I didn't react fast enough over there. That was my bad. Okay, that was my fault. I was a bit too impatient there and bonked my head against the low ceiling. But I really want the Silver Tomahawk for the boss fight. And there we have it. After 3 failed attempts, I made it. One of those deaths was due to engine peculiarities, and the other 2 were my fault. And now we fight Nightman in this unique arena. Yep, it's definitely his weakness. I'm actually thankful that I went for the Silver Tomahawk, otherwise this fight would be a lot more annoying. Unless I was going through this fight as Photon Man. And that's the end of the Mega Man route of Dr. Wily's Robot Training Tower. Nearing the end, especially with the Silver Tomahawk optional challenge, this was more difficult than Dr. Light's training facility. But of course, I need to check out Photon Man and see if he has a different route, like what would happen with Light's training facility. And I did like how we were climbing up this tower. Yep, this is definitely different. Now Photon Man has access to the needle cannon instead, as well as his trusty shield. Which makes it a bit harder because the needle cannon needles deal half the amount of damage as Mega Man's Mega Buster shots. I thought I wouldn't make the jump there, but apparently I did. And just like with the previous levels done by TylerBot, those teleporters will take me back to the beginning of the section. They act like essentially nicer versions of bottomless pits. Instead of killing you, they send you back to the beginning of the section. Though they don't refill your health. That's section 1 done. I do wish there was a way to skip past the Photon Man whistle. This becomes a problem in stages that lag a lot. Okay, for some reason the needle cannon can just one-shot the cannons, whereas with the Mega Buster it takes 3 to 5 shots. It makes dealing with the cannons a lot less annoying though. This is the exact same challenge I encountered in Mega Man's route. Yeah, it's exactly the same, so I'm curious. Okay then, I think the rest of the stage from this point on is the same. I'm gonna go for a few more screens, then I'll end it off. I want to get back to the point just before the Silver Tomahawk challenge, and then I'll exit out of the stage. Overall, it's a pretty good level. Nice challenge progression, nice escalation of enemy introduction, all enemies are introduced pretty nicely, and I did like how well utilized each of the weapons are done. Although you have so much weapon energy to spam that you don't need to do as careful shots that you would need for other special weapons. Yep, leads all the way back over here, so unlike Dr. Light's training facility, the pathways aren't completely split until the end. Here they merge in after the first section is done. It's a little bit disappointing in that regard. Nonetheless, I like this level, currently my favorite level of the part so far. But I would have preferred if the two routes of Mega Man and Proto Man were completely split until we reached the boss fight against Nightman. So, 7th and final level of the part is TEN001-Filter Man by Raypha, with 13 plays and a score of 2. So this will be either a traditional level or a fortress stage, or a Doc Robot-like level, similar to Jethawk's levels. It's been quite a while since I last played a level by Makuris, aka Raypha. And for this one we play as Proto Man. And we have access to a whole slew of special weapons, -1, which is probably the boss's weakness. And we gain access to the weakness immediately, which is the Metal Blade. You know what? Let me play through this final stage of the part as base. I do like his increased mobility, and I can augment his lower powered base buster by using special weapons. And by using the charge kick, I can make base slide, so that's gonna be nice as well. Good checkpoint placement. Of course, because I'm playing as base, I can bypass that challenge. I do like the combination of different foreground tile sets. And now a mini-boss battle against this Tama. AKA just do this and win. Another good checkpoint placement. This is one of those locations where I wish I had access to Grab Buster, so for safety I'll do a quick reset and replenish my health. I should not have dropped down the ladder there. I did not expect to get welcomed by a bed of spikes down there. I'd rather go through this segment as base with his double jumping abilities. Water and tight spike corridors don't mix for me. Don't mix well, at least. Well, at least I had access to the water wave shotgun to make it a lot easier. Oh, and I spy a secret over there. And it was for an E-tank, as well as a full weapon energy refill. Oh goody, now you have ice physics, spikes, and water physics. And no trouble boost either to just bypass most of the challenges. To be fair, because of base's increased mobility, it isn't too bad. And checkpoint placement of this stage is on the generous side, so even if I die, I'm not sent back too far. Another Tama encounter, a little bit more difficult this time. But of course, it dies the same way to the leaf shield. Overall, playing through the stage as base is the easy mode. Photon Man is probably the normal/difficult version of the stage. And that's it, we're at the end of the stage. Overall, this felt more like a fortress level, especially due to its length. It felt twice to 2.5 times longer than a traditional stage. But overall, it was fun. This is currently my honorable mention of the part. So now it's time to face Bubble Man, whose weakness I think is the Metal Blade. Nope, he's immune against it, of course. It's the leaf shield this time. Fair enough. I mean, if I stood in place here, none of his attacks would get through the shield. Plus, even though it would take a few points of damage, I'd just destroy him. Nice challenge progression, nice aesthetics, and I like the challenges. I did also like we had an option of difficulty, like comparing Photon Man as the normal mode and base as the easy mode. Plus, all the special weapons means that we have a lot of creative avenues to speedrun the level. So overall, out of the 7 levels I covered in this part, my favorite level would definitely be Dr. Wily's Robot Training Tower by Tylerbot, with the honorable mention being of course Filter Man by Raypha. So in the next part, I'll be covering several more viewer submitted levels. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!